Hi, my name is Richard Brown, and if it's your first time here, remember to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you'll be notified when we upload new content. If it's your first time seeing me, let me tell you, I just said my name. My name is Richard Brown. You might know me from Richard Brown Films on YouTube or Jamaican, two channels that create wonderful Jamaican movies that you guys can relate to. On this program, I'll be talking a little bit about where my country is at in terms of crime and violence, and offer my 2 cents on how we can improve that aspect. The opinions that I might share here are my own opinions, and it might not be right. In terms of, I might not be right, but as a person who have been through life, I have dealt with people, I have been a part of community groups. I think I am qualified to some extent to talk a little bit about and share my opinion on what I think can be done in regards to that. How should I say it now? One of the things that I think cause crime and violence is poverty, and also not only poverty but the education system. I think those are two of the things that cause poverty. And the reason why I say that is because when I look on persons who are heavily involved in crime, like when I look on persons who I would consider as being people who has how should I put this? People who might be involved in crime, or people who have the potential to get involved in crime. I see them as persons who are uneducated. I see them as persons who are poor. You know, that's how I see persons who are more likely to do violence. And the reason why I say that is when you look at the communities that are plagued with violence, those are two things that we see is common with all the communities that we see violence occur in Jamaica. Poverty and crime is the two main thing that we see. If we want to fix crime, I think the government need to put more emphasis on alleviating poverty and alleviating crime. Because if you do that, you definitely will cut down on crime if you put more emphasis on education and put more emphasis on removing poverty. And why I say that is I don't see the government putting a lot of emphasis on that. We put emphasis on a lot of other things and invest more money in a lot of other things, but not on poverty. When I view where our pay system is at, how you call it. When we mention pay system, you definitely have to mention minimum wage. Where minimum wage is at, it is crazy. Minimum wage is crazy. When a parent take the time out and go work at one place and I get minimum wage, worse if I want a single parent, what kind of money you can bring home to ensure that you take care of yourself, you take care of your household, you find time for your children, you send them to school. It's hard, especially now when I look on things, I realize that certain money don't make no sense. Because for me, as an individual who have to travel most days to work, I realize that even gas raise. You know what I'm saying? When I make sure I put certain amount of gas in my car and drive, I realize if I used to put $3,000 for carry me for a day, I have to look for at least put $4,000. So that's where the country is at. And make no sense we try to jump over the hurdle and talk about the government to try. I know they can do more. Because when I look on, for example, I go to the supermarket and if I spend $15,000 or $20,000, I'm gonna realize, I'm gonna calculate to the amount of money that is going back to government from that spend when me go spend $3,000-$4,000. I said to myself, say, no. Just imagine more than half of Jamaica a go shop and $3,000 take from them the money there. Plus other things the government that take money from. Just imagine how much the millions the government I make a day. So I definitely know that government can do more in regards to how poverty and how education and crime is being dealt with. The other day I hear the was it not the security minister, the commissioner, I think, commissioner talking about crime. Not that what he's saying, I'm not going to brush what he's saying aside, but I think what he's saying come with some form of arrogance. And the reason why I say that is because if you're going to attribute crime to one specific thing, I think you're totally wrong. If you're going to attribute crime just to scamming alone or to the fact that more prison sentence now put for a certain crime, don't think it make no sense. You could have put life imprisonment if a man create a crime. People still are going to do it because it's in a human nature. So me just feel like say him now dig down to the root cause of a crime. You know what I say? And the root cause is poverty and education, because everything run hand in hand. You know, when you say poverty, you say lack of education. Once you say lack of education, then you say crime. You know what I say? So everything put hand in hand. And also one of the things when we feel like we lose a big sight of is that no gun no making in Jamaica. Gun no making in Jamaica. So therefore it has to come from somewhere else to come to Jamaica. You know what I say? Gunshot no make a Jamaica. So all of them the thing they have to tackle. How do we get these guns off the street? How do we get it out of the way where gun now come to Jamaica? So those are some of the things that the government have to tighten down upon. Getting rid of the guns, and not only that, but preventing guns from come to Jamaica. Even if the government have to start offer for every gun, since because most time as a youth out in the street, we know say maybe one gun, if you buy a gun you have to have 200,000, 300,000. So therefore start offer that to people. You carrying a gun, there will be no penalty. 200,000, whether it be your gun, whether it if you commit a crime, whether it be somebody else's gun, you get 300,000. Start offer that to people. If we start putting some of those things in place, I feel like we can get back Jamaica. And if we get back Jamaica in a certain way, then we can start putting certain things forward. And one of the things too I feel like we lose sight of is, if we want to fix Jamaica, we have to not only think about the present generation, we have to start thinking about a generation gap where we start to, all right, we're going to start from the youth them are in our primary school. Me feel like if we start from them young, start putting certain things forward, certain initiative forward, then I feel like we can tackle certain problems. Now that, especially now that we have social media and we have content creating, we need to start implement certain things creating these content to put forward so people can say, all right, we can get certain things done. Because the other day, and reason why I say that, most time I feel like the youth them have idle hands. They don't have enough things to occupy their time, especially now when no football now play. Nobody now go play no football again. People's hands are too idle, and the government have placed so much emphasis on other things. We're now going to improve the well-being of Jamaica. Because look at it. The government had state of emergency for almost, don't get me wrong, I'm just talking off the tip of my head. For almost 2 to 3 years, the government had state of emergency, and it has not improved anything in Jamaica. That for me was a waste of time, a waste of resources, waste of money, because the country go right back where it was. it make it look bad in a international standing to know that no war now go at Jamaica and it was in state of emergency. So for me, I feel like that was a waste of resource, and that was never well thought or think about before it was done. It no help for do nothing. You know what I say? So I feel like if we really want to make a difference in Jamaica, we just need to fix the root cause. We need to fix poverty. We need to fix education, the education system, and poverty. We need to fix those things. You know what I said? Jamaica really need fixing. It's not a case where we say, boy, bro God did an awful job, or we go place blame game and say, okay, when PNP didn't have power, they did an awful job. So let's go right back. Blame game, blame game, blame game. No. That now will fix Jamaica. In order for Jamaica fix, we have to attack the root problem. We have to take on these problems as enemy of the state. So if a crime problem, we tackle crime. If a educational problem, we tackle it. If a poverty crime, we tackle it. We have to fix Jamaica. And the only way I think the government don't want to fix Jamaica unless them love which part Jamaica there. But if any well-being Jamaican who wants to see Jamaica move forward, they have to think of ways how they can fix Jamaica. And not only but the government alone, we as citizens of the country, we have to play our part too in ensuring that we get back Jamaica, we fix Jamaica. We have to play our part. We have to think about some music them too. I mean, I know that government place blame where blame is not to be placed. And say, boy, too much violent music. I personally don't listen to certain type of music. I don't endorse them either. But I still don't fight against the youth them who do it, because at the end of the day, I feel like some of these youth who do them music there, it's a reflection of what they're seeing. You know what I mean? I say it's them telling them story in a community. You know what I mean? I say so. Me now kill them, but at the end of the day, I'm not going to endorse those music, because at the end of the day, we need some positive things, to be said on record. So therefore, we can help mold and shape the minds of youth them. Because as I say, all of we have to play with part. It might not be my son who do certain wrongs, but somebody's son. So therefore, all of we need to play our part to ensure that the nation get better. We get back with nation. And when we do get back our nation, then we are going to see more well-thinking and Jamaicans who are abroad who want to come back and invest in the country, or they want to come back and build a house and help to drive Jamaica forward. One of the things too, we think when we say get back Jamaica, we mean get back Jamaica in all aspects. We have to get back Jamaica from the Chinese. That's one of the things we have to seriously get back. And as I say, the government now go play them part alone. We as Jamaicans, we need to play our part, because if we decide that we now go shop with these Chinese, them have to go pack up shop and go home. You know what I say? So everything I go play its part in where we go as a nation and how we go. It has to be done in a way where everybody play them part. You see me, I say it has to be done that way there. Basically, there's a lot more to be said in terms of what can be done to get rid of crime, but it has to start somewhere. Me, I'm as an individual, I am doing my part in regards to help to better Jamaica, in regards to making sure I do a good job as a parent. I only not do a good job as a parent, but even the materials that I put out on YouTube, even though some might have some violence in it, I make sure every one of them has a message at the end of the day to say violence is not the main thing that you focus on. You get me? Because that's how life go. I feel like sometimes as humans, we love problem, we love conflict. And I feel like apart from all the other things that I've said that can alleviate crime, people love to see bad things happen, because I feel like that's why most people watch news. You get me? And when we say all of we have to play with part, even our TV station them too, who carry the news, we need to play phone part too, in regards to the type of news we want to carry and how we carry news. I feel like it does cement too much negativity in our minds of people. But big up yourself, continue to share, watch what I do as I try to make content that is going to make sense and people is going to watch. I don't know how long this video is, But me just make sure me just set it off and set the camera off and just talk to you. So big up my people in Jamaica. Continue to support what I do so we can reach a far away. My name is Richard Brown, and thank you for watching. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe so we can get there. So big up on yourself. One love.